Yo, what
Yo,
up?
yo, what's up, my guy?
Man, not much, man, not much. Just been recovering over here, man. Just got over a little not feeling too well these last few days, everything. But hey, I'm here. I'm ready to rock. I'm ready to talk about some NFL football week 3, my guy.
Yes.
Go ahead, get this thing started off.
Hey, man, I'm Corey Hilliard, Brandon Hill. We are the House Divided. If you've been here before, you know what it is. If it's your first time, me casa, su casa, be Hill. Let's jump into it.
Hey guys, just do 4 things for us if you don't mind. Hit that subscribe button, tap the notification bell, thumbs up if you like what you're seeing and you like what you're hearing. Last but not least, though, always drop down there. We want to hear from you guys. Hop in those comments. Good, bad, right, wrong, indifferent. We don't care what one way or another.
Yep.
What's going on, Steven? What you talking about, my man? What do you mean what happened?
Oh,
Oh,
my
oh, I
God,
know what he's
bro.
talking. This is our NFL show here, Steven.
Steven, I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell you what happened. Okie Light sucks. Don't drink Okie Light. That shit is terrible, bro. We'll talk about that. Are we gonna do you
We
want
can
to do a
talk a little.
college
We,
show?
we can talk a little bit about it. Shoot,
No,
if that's
no.
comment,
Let's say
you don't want to talk about that. No, you don't. That's not
let's
something.
go. Let's stick with the plan here. Just stick with NFL, bro.
Steven, he don't want to talk about that tonight, my guy. That's not what's working out.
Hot
But we
garbage.
we are gonna hop in though. The first matchup that I did want to talk about. He said you repping them colors. He had to,
All right,
man.
look, I'm not jumping. You know what? I bleed it. I played there, so I'll never not wear the colors, bro.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it, man. The Vikings and the Chargers. This is like a week 3 game. Um, as a Vikings fan, that's why we're talking about it. So, man, I don't know. I
It's a
don't know.
big week for both teams. Two
It,
0 and
it,
2 teams.
this is kind of one of those weeks right here that where the trains come off the tracks, man. If the Vikings lose this week, I say that as far as like I think that they're going to look to move Kirk Cousins. I think that they're gonna. I mean,
Now you saw this. Who tweeted this out earlier that you sent
I,
this? You
I,
sent this
I,
to
I
me.
I don't know who it was that tweeted it out, but it was tweeted out. It was Rob Gronkowski that had said it, and he basically just said that yep, Steven, that's exactly what we're getting to, my guy. Um, the Vikings are going to tank.
Is
Basically,
this what
they're.
you want? Can I ask you that? Is this what you want?
I mean, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Because here's how I look at it from a realistic perspective, as opposed to just like take my fan goggles off real quick. This is how I see it. They're not winning a damn Super Bowl, Corey. It's not happening. Not happening. Kirk Cousins has played at an MVP level these first 2 weeks. His numbers he's like the number 1 rated quarterback on fantasy right now. Just FYI, in case anybody didn't know that. So
Mm.
it's not Kirk Cousins' fault right now. But Riley. No, Riley. No, Kevin O'Connell, Matt, is the head coach, my guy. He's a very good head coach. We went 13-4 last year. I mean, when you through the first, you look at the first 2 weeks, Corey, for my Vikings, man. Really, we've beaten ourselves.
Facts.
That is exactly what's happened. You cannot have 3
Facts.
turnovers in the first game and 4 turnovers in the second game, and we had a chance to win both of those games.
Facts. No, no doubt. Y'all
With all of
definitely have.
that, like we haven't gotten blown out. Usually, when you turn the ball over 3 to 4 times, you're going to get blown out in the NFL. That's usually not a good recipe for success.
Right.
So I'm not sitting here like bragging about it. My team's 0-2. We took them on the chin. I think they bounce back this week, though, Corey. I don't know. I mean, with all this Caleb Williams news circling and everything else, I got the Vikings beating the Chargers this weekend, Corey. The line on this game, we're sitting at -1. So it's damn near a pick 'em game. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's at Minnesota. I like the home field advantage here. I don't think that they're necessary. I mean, the thing that doesn't make me think that they're going to continue to just tank and be absolutely terrible is why do you go sign a guard in Dalton Reisner and why do you trade for Cam Akers? Why do you do that?
Right. If you don't have any intentions on winning. No, I'm
That,
with
that
you.
I mean, I think that they have a very talented roster. I just don't think that they're not messing with the Cowboys. They're not. Let's just call it what
No.
it is. I
No.
mean, you got the 49ers, Cowboys, and Eagles in the NFC right now, in my opinion, through the first 2 weeks. And the Eagles have looked suspect at times. They have.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I believe in a Jalen Hurts run offense over a lot of things. So I'm kind of getting off on a rabbit trail here, but go ahead. Give me your thoughts on this Vikings-Chargers game. What do you think's going to happen and transpire?
It's probably going to be a shootout. You're talking about Kirk Cousins, second in the league in passing. Then you're talking about the Chargers, who have the 4th overall total offense. You guys are middle of the road defense. I think you're right around 16 or 17 after 2 weeks. So look, the Chargers are going to get their points. Herbert is still Herbert. You got to deal with 2 very good receivers. And look, it's going to be a track meet inside on the dome. I kind of like the Vikings in this spot, though. I kind of agree with you. I don't think they're tanking. I don't think they're giving up on the season. This is a team that won 13 games last year.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of pride there. They're embarrassed the way they lost in the playoffs. I don't think they're giving up that easy, bro. I think they're going to come back and get a big win.
I do too, man. I just don't feel like that type of season. You don't make those kind of moves. I mean, Dalton Risner is a solid guard in the NFL. He was good for the Broncos. He came out of K-State, everything else. He's a good young man. Everything, you know what I'm saying? You
Right.
don't do those kind of things to me. And you're bringing Cam Akers in. Cam Akers played for the Rams, a la Kevin O'Connell and our offensive coordinator, Wade Phillips. Yeah. Come on, man. There's relationships there. I think that Cam Akers comes in, and I think he's a starter, Corey. I think he's a little bit better of a running back. I just think
Madison,
that there was some kind of weird dynamic between him and Sean McVay, man. It's like McVay had some kind of personal vendetta against him or something.
He was always in his doghouse, bro. I don't know what it is either, to be honest.
It was crazy. So, okay, I like it, Steven. Thank you. I think it's going to be that type of game as well. I could see a 38-35 score.
That's a good pick. I could
see
that.
That actually is, because both teams are going to play great offense, and both teams' defenses haven't looked up to par.
They've been lackluster, man.
So that's where we're at, man. Got the Vikings winning that one. Okay, this next game that I wanted to break down, let's talk about the Falcons and the Lions, Corey. Falcons-Lions. We're sitting here looking at this game. This is a -3. Detroit's favored. Y'all are the home team. The Atlanta Falcons come into this game at 2-0, though, Corey. You guys 1-1. You had a tough loss this last weekend. Go ahead. The floor is yours, my guy. This is your team. You played for them. Talk to me about them. How you feeling right now?
I don't like this game for the fact that in our preseason show, I picked the Falcons to actually make the playoffs, if you remember. When we did our preseason show, I had them getting the 7th seed and getting that last wild card spot. Look, right now, they're number 3 in total defense. Okay. Offensive wise, I mean, they're middle of the road, but they rush the ball like no other team in the NFL. And our Lions, I mean, look, we've improved on defense. We're middle of the road defense right now, and we got the 3rd ranked offense. So that worries me a lot. Are they going to be able to control the ball with Bijan and then Algier? We got to be able to stop that 2-headed monster. I think if we shut those 2 dudes down and make Ritter a passer, then our odds look very, very good. But the Falcons are very stingy on defense, man. So we're not going to – it's not like we're going to just roll up in there and have our way on offense. I think we'll get our points, but it'll be at a minimum. And honestly, with the way they run the ball and control the clock, we're going to have to take we're going to have to capitalize and cash in when we get in the red zone. So I got us coming out on top. I can see us winning by 6 or 5 points in a very, very tight game, but it makes me nervous, man. There's something about this Falcons team. I always say this in the year that we've been doing the show: defense, which they're number 3 in defense right now, and rushing, having a run game. That shit travels. You can do it at home. You can do it away. You can do it in bad weather. It doesn't matter. If you have those 2 good things, you have a really good team. So that's what makes me nervous about this game.
You ain't lying. You ain't telling no lies, man. Bijan Robinson is that dude. I'm just going to call it how I see it.
Yeah.
That dude is, my gosh. Steven, I agree. Talking like a little college, my guy, I am 100% with you, dude. He was an absolute problem in college. he's a problem, Corey.
Yeah.
That's what I want to tell you, like right now. He's one of those type of running backs that you can just give him the ball and he makes things happen.
Yeah.
He's
He leads the
special.
league in like broken tackles, yards after contact.
Bro.
I mean, like he's ridiculous right now. You see that we all saw the viral clip where he juked like 3 Packers in a row within a matter of like 2 seconds.
You want me to go out on a limb here? I'm going to say something kind of crazy, and I might get slandered for this and everything. Bijan Robinson reminds me of a better version of Reggie Bush.
Ooh, bigger, faster, yeah.
Bigger, faster, and stronger.
Stronger,
but has moves like a Reggie Bush did. And here's the thing. Yes, Reggie Bush won a Super Bowl with the Saints, but let's be honest, he was not the number 1 running back there.
No.
As far as like the impact that Bijan is making right now for this team as a rookie, it's that's what I'm talking about. I'm not necessarily saying college-wise, it's different circumstances. But Bijan is dude, he's a freak, dude. I got them actually beating you guys in this game. I'm picking them with the upset. So I could see it being like a game like a 24-21 type of football game, something like that. But I think that the Falcons, with their run game and Bijan, I think that they've been one of the best time of possession football teams in the first 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, too. Their time of possession is pretty high because they're able to run the ball and move the chains.
Yep.
That's going to be tough for you guys. It's going to be a test for certain. Even though you guys are at home, I'm going to roll with the Falcons in this one. Give me the Falcons. Dirty Bird's going to come pull up in there. Okay. Hey, man. Hey, Steven and me are on the same page. I was 24-21. You said 28-21. I like that, though, man. Corey, I'm sorry, man. I had to pick against you guys. It's personal, too, a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Fine.
So it's a little personal.
I understand.
So, last game that I wanted to touch on, Corey, was the Eagles and the Bucks.
Eagles, Bucks. Ooh, wee.
Eagles and the Bucks.
2 undefeated teams. Yeah.
2 undefeated teams. Baker Mayfield, man, just shows you if you put him on a team that has structure and has playmakers that he can get the ball to, a la Mike Evans, a la Chris Godwin, the list goes on there at Tampa. And that defense over there at Tampa is still legit. Like, they still have a lot of those players that won that Super Bowl on that defense. Like, it's real. You got the Eagles on the other side, though. I just mentioned earlier, it's hard to pick against a Jalen Hurts run football team just with the way that that game against the Vikings, my guy, I'm not saying that they threw it all over the yard and they didn't blow us out, but they did what they had to do to win the football game. They showed you that they could just sit there and hand that football off and run. That's the best I've ever seen DeAndre Swift look. The best.
Hell, yeah.
That is a starting running back in Philadelphia. I don't think that there's any question about that. Now they're going to put Gainwell in there, though, because they like Gainwell. They like what they've had. But I think that overall, out of like Boston Scott, Gainwell, and DeAndre Swift looks the part, man. He looks the part. So
he's a dude.
Running behind that offensive line, I mean, shoot, he had over 100. He had a career game against the Vikings. Now, granted, that's the Vikings' suspect defense. I think that the Buccaneers' defense is going to be a lot tougher to run on in this game. I like the Eagles to win this game, but I don't got them covering the 5-point spread. I would pick the Eagles by 3 in this game. I could see it like being like a 17-14 kind of grinded out football game. But I got the Eagles winning this football game at Tampa Bay by at least 3 points.
I can't believe I'm gonna say this, man, but I'm gonna go with Baker Mayfield and these Bucks. I think what you said earlier when we were talking about the Vikings, I think the Eagles have been very fortunate in their first 2 weeks. They could have easily lost that game to the Patriots. You guys had 4 turnovers and only lost by 6 points. Mike Evans, right? Just this ageless wonder. What is he in his 9th or 10th season now? Still catching balls. Baker Mayfield controlling the offense. You got Vita Vea up front. Shaquille Barrett,
Sean White.
Sean White, Whitfield, all of those guys that you talked about from that defense is still there, still flying around, still causing problems. The big thing for the Buccaneers is, can they control that front seven, right? Can you stop those guys on up front? All right. All those Georgia boys that are rushing the passers, Brandon Graham, Fletcher Cox. So you got to contain those guys up front. I think if they can do that, work in the short passing game, if Baker Mayfield can get the ball to Godwin and Mike Evans on some big plays, I think there's room for him I think they can pull it off, man. I'm gonna say 24-23. I think they get a late field goal.
That's not wild. That's not a wild ass pick, man. I mean, I picked the Eagles to win by 3 because it's that close. I mean, it's 2 good defenses. I mean, it's gonna be tough. The Eagles ain't gonna be able to just line up and run the ball every damn play.
Not on Vita Vea and Shaq Barrett. No, you're not gonna do that.
And there's some issues over there. You seen AJ Brown chomping at the bit, sitting over there talking trash to Jalen Hurts, like "give me the damn ball" type of stuff. Yep. That's. I mean,
that's going to compromise the offense. He's going to press to get him the ball more. He might play outside of himself trying to do that.
I don't think so. I don't think Jalen Hurts is that type of dude. I don't think, because did you see whenever that happened, they had the video on it. Jalen went over there and basically just kind of looked like, "Look, bro, this is how this is how this is about to work. Yeah, I'm the quarterback of this offense. You go out there, you run your route, and when you run it correctly and you get open, I'm gonna get you the ball." But I mean, it was all game plan oriented against the Vikings. But I don't know, man. I just like what the Eagles got. They got a lot of talent. I mean, Devontae Smith looks like an absolute freak this year. I mean, that dude is a monster. They're talented, man, and it's hard to pick against them.
I just like what Baker's doing right now. I kind of like the resurgence he's on. He played good at the end of the year last year against the Rams, right? He gets in here in training camp. He's in a battle with Trask. He wins the QB battle. They go out, they beat the Vikings week 1. They come back and they win another game against the Bears. Now, it was the Bears, but they still won. They took care of business at home. Now you get a second home game. Now there's some momentum building here. Right, there's a little bit of a buzz. Nobody was expecting this from the Buccaneers. Nobody was expecting 2-0. Right?
I like it. I do like it. I like seeing my boy Baker do good, man. I'm not hating, and I just picked against him, yes, but damn it, man. I mean, come on. I'm just
crazier things have happened. Mac Jones was moving the ball on this Eagles defense. You know what I mean?
This is going to be a week to me. I'm completely wrong on the pick with the 3 points. And the Eagles come out and just like gangbusters, man. And basically, because there's been a lot of people doubting them in like the national media, everything. They've been kind of questioning the Eagles with these first 2 wins that they've had. Now, granted, the Eagles have played 2 quality opponents in the New England Patriots, who's led by Bill Belichick and play great defense. And they just played against the Vikings, who went 13-4 last year.
Right.
So they found ways to win football games, and they got a brand new offensive coordinator and a brand new defensive coordinator this year. So to be 2-0 with all of those things, that just shows you the type of football team that they are. And when you have a leader like I'm a believer in Jalen Hurts, man. I think he's like,
no doubt,
he's getting up there in that like upper echelon, but he needs to throw the ball better this week. And I think this is a week that they're going to come out and they're going to do that, because they're not going to be able to just line it up and play smash mouth football the whole game. I don't think they would want to do that against that defensive front of the Buccaneers, because them boys get after it. So we're going to see, man. It's definitely going to be interesting. Is there anything else you wanted to touch on?
Nah.
Am I missing anything here?
You want to talk about my Saints and Packers real quick before we get out of here?
We can do that. We can definitely break that one down. The Packers, man, have kind of surprised me. They've kind of really surprised me. I haven't expected that. Now, granted, they just lost last week. But coming out 1-1, I mean, Jordan Love hasn't looked terrible, man. He has not at all. So, what? You're -1.5 on this one. This is your last game before you get Alvin Kamara back, but you got the rookie out of TCU. You got Kendre Miller. who's about to go in this game. He's supposed to be the starter because Williams is out as well. I can't remember what's wrong with him. You guys got Chris Olave over there looking good.
Michael Thomas is staying healthy. We got
you better knock on some wood, man. Find you some damn wood and knock on it.
I know, right? We got Rashid Shaheed, Chris Olave, Michael Thomas. That's a pretty solid receiving core. Then you throw in Taysom Hill to do some wildcat stuff and hand the ball off to. Yep. Like you said, we get Kendre Miller. We got a pretty solid tight end in Juwan Johnson. I think defensively too, we only gave up one touchdown. Or man, we gave up that late one to the Panthers on Monday Night Football. I just think defensively, we're going to give Jordan Love some fits. You know what I mean? I don't think he's seen a defense like ours yet.
And you're better. They're better. They're better with Derek Carr, man. Derek Carr looked good there in his first couple of games there. Now he's throwing a couple picks, only has one touchdown. But you guys look more solid to me than you did with Jameis Winston.
Yeah. No doubt.
So, I don't know, man. You're 2-0. It's -1.5. It's at Lambeau Field. Weird crap happens at that place.
It really does, bro.
I hate it too. I can't stand it. Give me the Saints, though, just because I absolutely despise the Packers. Give me the Saints. At least I think they're going to win by a touchdown in this game. So, we had a request out here. We can, yes. Let's talk about the Commanders and the Bills game here for you, Steven. Commanders and Bills. We forgot about that one, Corey.
That's a sneaky good one, bro.
You got Josh Allen. That's my fantasy quarterback, by the way. He bounced back last week. Had a great week against who was it that they played again last week? I'm the worst.
They played against the Raiders.
The Raiders, and they absolutely destroyed them.
Yeah, they smoked them.
They looked good, everything else, right? And then you got the Commanders sitting over here. They're sitting here at 2-0.
Yeah.
Okay. Who did they? Let's take a look here. I got to see.
They beat the Broncos, and then I think week 1 they beat Arizona.
So they beat Arizona and the Broncos. And that Broncos game, I don't know if you caught the finish of that game. That thing was absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
It was that catch, man. That was wild.
That was a sick game. They were down 21-3. Then they were up 35-28.
Yeah.
So you talk about a roller coaster of a game. I will say this about the Commanders, man, and this is why I'm going to pick them. All right, they're at home. Defensive wise, they're tied for the league lead in sacks. That defensive front four is vicious. They're tied for the league lead in sacks. And they're number 1 in pressures and QB hits. All right, so it's going to be a long day for your boy Josh Allen. It's going to be a long day.
They haven't played Josh Allen yet, though. That's a whole different type of animal to take down than damn Russell Wilson, who's on his last legs.
That's fine. I seen Josh Allen lose a game to Zach Wilson and the Jets, bro. So I'm not.
And Joshua Dobbs for the Cardinals. Come on, man. They haven't faced what they're about to face in the Buffalo. I got the Buffalo Bills winning this football game. I think the Buffalo Bills overall are just a more talented team, in my opinion. That's my opinion. We're allowed to disagree on this show. That's why we call it the House Divided. So I'm disagreeing with you on this one. I think the Bills are going to go up in there. I think they're going to handle business. I think they win by at least 10 points in this football game.
Whoa.
They're going to let them know what time it is, man. The Washington
10 points.
Man, the Commanders do this to us every single year.
Oh my God, bro.
I got more faith in a Josh Allen than I do a Sam Howell. I'm sorry. It's just how I feel. It's just how I feel.
We're sleeping on Sam Howell. The dude just dropped 35 points on the Denver defense.
That's fine. And I'll come on this damn show on our recap, and I'll eat crow if I have to. But I'm telling you right now, the Buffalo Bills are going to assert their dominance in this football game, and they're going to let you know. They lost that week 1 game to the Jets with Aaron Rodgers going down, and they had no business losing that football game. And they realized that. Josh Allen played terrible, and he bounced back in week 2. You got to get a man his props for that. I mean,
he played against a very good defense in week 1 and then played against the Raiders defense. This is what I'm telling you. This Commanders defense is for real. They will force Josh Allen in the turnovers.
They're nice. They're nice. Hey, man, we'll see.
Josh, he's going to be running for his life. Do you understand what's about to happen to him?
That's exactly what the hell I need him to do. Run for your life and rush for touchdowns. That's what I need. Fantasy points.
He's gonna throw 2 or 3 of them up there. I'm telling you, the Commanders are going to come down with 2 or 3 picks.
Man,
and it's going to change the game. It will. Not. They ain't winning by no damn 10 points, B. I'm telling you that. That's not happening.
I just called it.
Okay.
What's going to happen? Watch. Wait.
Look.
He about to earn that damn Madden cover, my guy.
I don't have faith in Bill's O-line. Thank you, Steve.
No, he's right. That's fair. It's
35-21. Okay, Steven.
Yeah. I like it. We're just disagreeing here, Steven. Sorry. Me, you, and Corey, we're all I'm disagreeing with both of y'all right now. We got different picks. That's where I'm at. I think the Bills are going to win the football game. When you look across there and you got a Josh Allen, you got a Stephon Diggs, you got James Cook in the backfield.
I'm totally with you there, but he won't have time to throw to those guys, bro. They lead the league in sacks. And they're tied for the lead.
All you do is move the pocket. All he's going to do is rush out the
and you're going to run it at Chase Young or Montez Sweat or Allen or man, bro. They got 3 first-rounders on that defensive line, and Sweat is a 7th rounder who should have been a first-rounder.
Yeah, we're going to see. We're going to see. Hey, we're going to see. We're going to see who eats the crow.
Okay.
All right, then. Well, hey, got anything else you want to touch on? I think we're good. I think we covered all the big games this weekend in NFL. Steven, everybody else, come join us tomorrow night. Corey, if you're down, I'm down. Let's talk some college football tomorrow night with these guys. We got to hop up on this thing for them, give the people what they want, because there is some big matchups in college football coming up.
Yep.
So, all right, man. Well, as always, this is the House Divided. If you're not already, hit that subscribe button, smash that like button. If you don't mind, hop down there in the comments. We always want to hear from you guys. But as always, Corey, it's your boy B Hill right here. Peace out, guys.
Peace.